It's a beautiful journey, you guys. You guys are here for a reason, so just huge pats on your back for learning about it and showing up here, because it's your future, right? We got one life. We're in this on this earth, and what do we want to do? Probably not what we're doing right now. Like for me, at least. Like I hated every job I've ever had since I was 15 and a half. What's funny is I just put this together like 2 weeks ago. My first job ever was in, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. It was a gas station car wash called Waterway. Hated it. I'm like, drying off the cars, coming out the car wash, whatever, like 20 years later or whatever it is. Now, I was 15, so that was not 20 years. I was 36 when I found this.
Wow.
So now it's the real Waterway, right? So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool when I put that together. So I'm a 6'8" now. I got a big team, done this for 7.5 years. It is something else, you guys. It's the greatest thing in the world. There's so many different network marketing, different things to do. I got lucky that I found this. Because you hear a lot of people, they tried this and it didn't work, and they try this, and you don't have to go anywhere else. Once you're here, you're good. So these are just a lot of headlines. My guy Justin put this together, letting me borrow this. So these are all just headlines, just in the news. And it's funny because Kangen water is not allowed to be sold on TV or in major stores. When I first heard that before I bought, I was all ears. I'm like, oh wait, they don't want us to know about this? Like what? 1 in 5 families in Japan has one? Like it's common knowledge in Japan. These have been used in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hospitals in Japan for like over, 50 years almost? Next year will be 50 years. Who's going to Okinawa, Japan for the 50th anniversary?
Yeah, let's
go. Actually, who doesn't have a machine yet? Who's here? Awesome, cool. You guys, is this your first time here? Yeah, one of these things? Cool, very good. Such a good decision. Very good. So, let's see. That's not it. Okay, so back in the 50s, was it? The Japanese took over Russian studies about molecular hydrogen and ionized water, right? So the thing about this water, you guys, is it has, these machines give the water extra molecular hydrogen and an abundance of electrons. So this water is alive. Like none of these are that, especially not no liquid that. Like, just the name, like you gonna drink that? I just thought that I was always crazy. But people go for it. For some reason, they want the can that says death with a skull on it. You're gonna put that in your body. Okay. So there's miracle waters around the world they're called miracle waters. They have extra molecular hydrogen. One is in the Lourdes, France. That's probably the one, if we've heard of any of these, that's the one. Kind of bleeds into the Catholic religion, the Lourdes, France. You can Google all these places. These waters have extra molecular hydrogen. And if you Google the Hunza people, the Hunza Valley, which is northern Pakistan, these people live like 120, 140 years old. They don't know what cancer is. They're like, what? What's that? They probably don't speak that language there. Cancer. Anyway, but they don't have that there. They still are like active after over 100 years old. They're still working, having sex, all these things over 100 years old. Like I want to be doing that when I'm over 100 years old. You know what I mean? I don't want to be on like oxygen breathing for me, or a lot of people. What does this say in Genesis in the Bible?
That people live up to more than 120 years old.
120. That's God gave us that number. And I'm
Amen.
like, what's the average male life expectancy?
78.
75. And women's like 80. Y'all got 5 years on us, but that's as it should be. But we should be in the hundreds. Why isn't it? What's going on? It's because not just Beyonce, but they got people cheersing soda with a big smile on their face. Beyonce's cheersing the other beautiful girl, and they're smiling. Like, oh, Sprite, LeBron James drinks Kangen. What's he throwing up? Sprite, because they're paying him. In Kangen, there's no endorsements. They don't pay anybody. That's why you don't hear Tom Brady talking about it. You'll catch him on, on the shows, right, with the water machine, because he has a Kangen machine, right? You can Google that. I don't know what show it was, but we all used used the clip of it on our social media. Tom Brady drinks it. So we now have these waters in our kitchens with these machines, you guys. It is incredible. And that's why you can put a lighter underneath this thing when the water comes out and it pops. Pop, 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 pop. That's when we say drink the cloud. You pour it and the water's cloudy. And you're like, dude, what's that? Like, no, that's the health. You know, and the slower the water pressure is, the longer it spends in the engine, so the more healthy it is. So I want that water to taste a little bitter. I want to taste that health. So we're all battling aging here, you know? So this is just pictures of the different springs, the miracle waters around the world. Pretty cool to have those in our homes now. So bottled water, okay, say this is a miracle water location. They store this. What is it? It goes away. The molecular hydrogen doesn't last there forever. Like this, for instance. It says it's ionized water. Maybe it was when it was put in here, but it's purified water though. Like, I don't understand whatever loopholes, whatever gray area these guys are in, they're able to advertise like that. But it's all the GMO of water. All these. Not as good as it can be. So this is the best way we can replicate the best in the world in our kitchens, you guys. So, not to brag, but I wasn't always the best, the healthiest. I used to drink a lot. But since I found this water, I haven't had the slightest itch in my throat, let alone being sick for 7.5 years. No sick, no cold, nothing. You know? So that's something to be said right there. This water is powerful. Here's some testimonies. This is Liz.
Can you tell me what happened to you after you started drinking the king water and what you're experiencing?
So when I was 5, I was diagnosed with a rare kidney disorder called Bartter syndrome, and what that does, it doesn't allow your body to retain potassium nor magnesium. I was on prescription medication for the last 20 years, and 3 months into drinking the water, I actually decided to just get off all my medication and see what would happen. 7 months into drinking the water, I went back to the doctors, decided to get my kidneys checked, all my levels checked, and everything came back to normal for the first time ever. Kidneys look beautiful. They said I no longer needed a kidney transplant. I got off all my medication. It's been 2 years. I haven't had any migraines, no faultings with my body, nothing whatsoever.
And all you changed was the water?
All I changed was my water.
Wow.
That was it.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Health testimony is huge, life-changing. So I dealt with depression and anxiety for years. I got diagnosed with PTSD, have pretty bad ADHD, and so through the process I got on meds. Like, it got to a point where I was like dangerous to myself. So I got on meds, and I was on the meds for a couple years. And with that, I mean, after some time, some healing, I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to get off my meds. And so in the process of decreasing my doses, I was dealing with a lot of withdrawal symptoms. And it sucked, guys. Like, I had awful migraines to the point where it was debilitating. And right now I'm finishing up my doctorate program where I need to show up for class. I need to do the work. And I couldn't even go to class because it was that bad. A little bit personal, but I had withdrawal symptoms to the point where I was sweating bullets on the toilet, crazy diarrhea, sorry, TMI, with a trash can in my hand, yakking, like, I felt like I was gonna die. And so my girlfriend Priscilla, actually Colton's wife, she's one of my best friends, I know her from church, and I agree with Wendy, like, the people who give this water to you, they truly care about you. They do. And it changed my life. Literally, like, my migraines went away, and I didn't have withdrawal symptoms anymore, and I'm off of my meds. I'm not taking my meds anymore. So yeah, it was huge.
Wow.
So life-changing. So life-changing. So if you guys haven't, if anyone's here that hasn't really drank the water, there's 2 machines over there. I will be back there pounding that water right now. Back and forth to the bathroom. You know, you're about to get your detox on, so watch out. Like how she just said. Because there's 3 levels of alkaline water that we drink. 8.5, 9.0, and 9.5. And 9, it's a logarithmic scale, right? The pH scale. So pH 9.5, party. pH 9.5 is 10 times more alkaline than the 8.5. So that's why if you give the 9.5 to somebody who's not really that healthy, eating chips and soda, candy, cookies, cake every day, they're going to detox too hard. They're going to have an interesting time in the bathroom. They could have extreme head rush or actually get a rash. So we want to always gauge who you're sharing the water with. Let's see, I'll just go in here. We're going to do... so bear with me, you guys. I've pretty much done this. The amount of these I've done is probably like on a handful of them. So I learned from people like Gio, Colton, Mary Jane Cruz, Daniel DeMarcali. So it's really good to just have that leadership and guidance, So this is fun. What is this? So these things are handmade. What does one machine take 6 months to make? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
6 months. And this is the best of the best. There's nothing. The other brands, they always say that they're better than us. That's what you do to a Rolls-Royce company. Like this is the Rolls-Royce of all water. There's other ionizers out there, but there's levels. There's what are all the other brands made by this? All the engines are the same Chinese, knockoff, cheaply made Korean, which can cause heavy metal poisoning. So this is the best of the best. Perfection, good timing. So there have been MIT engineers, people on top like that, who have said because there are no movable parts in these machines, that they will indeed last forever if just kept clean. So we got a 50-year track record so far. That's not bad, right? 50 years, so you guys, when I was learning about water like 8 years ago, as if we shouldn't already know about that, you guys are all we're all water drops. We're all 75% water. Like we're all just made of water trying to figure it out, right, in this world. When I first learned about water, I learned that spring water was best in glass. This is that we're buying water. We're buying water. We don't live near the miracle waters, but now we do with a machine. So I was spending to drink a gallon of spring water in glass every day. I was buying them from Whole Foods. I was spending over $10 a day on water. I did the math for a year. That's a Kangen machine. That was like $5,500 or something. I'm like, wait, am I a good consumer or what? And this is when this was 8 years ago, I was $25,000 in debt. So I'm like, I'm not going to keep going in debt. I am a good consumer. I'm going to pay for this. And now in the last 7.5 years, I've saved over $35,000 on water. This costs like $18. This is the only water I've bought in the last 7.5 years. Pretty cool. These are all the certifications, awards. You can Google these, but the main one, these ISO awards, if you're like an airplane, you can't go into the air unless you have an ISO award. If you're like a watch company, you're a Rolex or higher, this is the epitome of authenticity, this one specifically. So it's the best of the best. If anyone's, actually that's what they say, is anyone an engineer in here? If you were, then you would know what the ISO awards are. But anyway, it's the best of the best. These are the machines, about 95% of sales is the best one, the K8, right? Who has the K8 in here? Right? It is the best. So they make 5 different kinds of water. These machines change the pH of the water with the push of a button to do many different things, over 100 uses. It's not just water to drink. Okay, there's pH water to drink, different levels do different things, like you can make beverages, coffee, teas, taste better, brings out the flavor of your rice, pasta, what have you. Clean water is just the 7. So, the pH scale, 7 is right in the middle, it's neutral. So that's what you use if you're like a baby and you're taking formula, or if you're on medication, a lot of times it's time released. So if you're drinking the 9.5, it's all going to come out right away. You don't want that. So you got to be aware of that, especially when you share with people. Tell them that. The beauty water. Oh yeah. So this, you guys, Oh my gosh. So, okay, I'm gonna pass this around. So this is pH 6.0. It's the same pH as our skin. This is a better skin toner than any Lancome, Prada, Sephora, Chanel, Maybelline. Right? I mean, I don't know if you guys have girlfriends that have, well, whatever. You girls, you probably spend money on skin toners, right? And men do also. You don't have to buy it. You don't gotta buy it anymore. Because hit your hands too. Notice how your hands feel before you do it. And after you do it, you're like, whoa, a man's hand should not be this soft. It snap better, it's amazing. You want it to smell like something, put some essential oils in there. Best skin toner. No more buying any of that stuff. Oh, and there's more. Yeah, I'll show you what these other waters do too. Actually, I'll pass this one around. This strong pH 2.5 water, this is the same pH as soda, you guys. So you can drink it, but you would be crazy to, because if you know what pH is, it's life and death. Acid is death, alkaline is life. So the more we put in our body this acid, the more it causes harm to us and leads to disease. You know, our bodies have what's called buffer systems, and they say, oh, you can't alkaline, it is how it is, our bodies regulate, we can eat whatever we want. No, yeah, you can. You can eat whatever you want, that's a fact. But should you? So the more acid you consume, the harder it is for your body. So when you consume like acid, right, burgers, chips, candy, soda, sugar, your body pulls alkalinity from your bones and organs to even it out. You can only go so long before disease develops. Like the countries, you can Google this, the countries with the highest consumption of dairy, which is acidic, have the highest rates of osteoporosis. That's where your bones like disintegrate. And it's like, wait, what? Like, so it's just kind of a huge wake-up call. So this is the 2.5 water. I'm just going to pass it around. You guys smell that? Unscrew it and smell it. That's just water. And you can put it in your eyes, your face. If you have pink eye, you want to put it in your eye. You got a cut, scrape, burn, you want to put it on your cut, scrape, burn. You clean your toilets with that. You clean your floors, your counters. Anywhere where you want to kill germs, bacteria, and viruses, you hit it with that water. And you have an unlimited supply of it. It's so cool.
Took a bigger whiff than I.
So yeah, we are water. Makes sense to start with that. My alarm is going off to eat. So what makes this water healthy? Antioxidants, which are basically electrons, right? Alkalized versus alkaline, superior hydration, that's microclustering. So is this where we do the, oh yeah, wait, ORP? Yeah, this is ORP time, right? So this device right here, you guys, this measures if a liquid is anti-oxidizing us or oxidizing us. You smelled it? Ooh, it smells strong, right?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
So this is called an ORP meter. It's oxidation reduction potential. This is a device that measures if a liquid is aging you, basically killing you, or giving you life. So we're going to go down the line here. Does anyone want to help? You want to help read the numbers? Cool, cool. So here, hold that for us and show everybody. And so Sprite is, so if it's negative, that means it's anti-aging. If it's positive, that means it's positively aging. What do we have here?
So we have like 442.
442, so this is positively aging you. It's telling us if something's aging us. Why would we drink that? Sparkling water.
Around 400.
400, aging you.
Sparkling water.
Liquid death.
395.
Oh man. Gatorade.
That jumped up to 450.
Oh wow. So smart water.
Gatorade's worse than that one.
Smart water is at 450.
It's all positive. Dasani.
440. Around the same. 420. Going down to
Going down a
400.
little bit.
This is at 250.
And then this is the Fountain Valley tap water right here.
Is at 350.
350, and then I need some canyon water. Just use this thing, right?
Yeah.
Just put it in.
Negative 700.
think it's 50.
Wow.
It's still fine.
Oh my goodness. So it's anti-aging us. I want to drink a whole pitcher of that. Thank you for your help. Appreciate you. So, you know, I'm at my house. I stick this in apples and peaches and pears and plums and everything. I'm like, I want to see what's aging me or not. It's so fun. Like if we had this in school, our teachers would give us like our science grade. It'd be an A for sure. All right. All right. So ORP, here it is. So yeah, just that's what it is. So you know, we eat oranges sometimes and green teas, but that's just that. We just got into this thing goes into. So what do you guys think? I mean, acid is death and alkaline is life, right? So let's just see what it does here. Boom, all bad, all bad, all bad. A little bit better. Ooh, there we go. Tap water, and then let me pour some of this. This is the 9.5. Poured about 20 minutes ago. I wonder what this will do. Okay, cool. 20 minutes, it's still good. So, when I first saw it, first of all, man, when I was in San Francisco and I first saw this demonstration online, like on YouTube, right? It took my breath away. I was like, are you serious? And then like years later, I was sitting right there and I watched people do it in real life. And it was so unbelievable to see it in person. So this is it, you guys. I mean, I don't really have to stir it. You can see acid is bad. And then the purple one down there, do I have a straw? I don't even have a straw. Oh, here we go. So the reason why we're going to focus on these two, this is Kangen and this is Essentia. So I'm going to do it at the same time. So this, our breath's waste is acidic, right? When we breathe out, it's carbon dioxide. And that is what they put in here. Why would they do that?
Crazy.
I guess it's fun to drink. It's a little fizzy, right? But it's not healthy. You know, so be aware of that. If you consume, I'll do the test. I'm not 100% as good as everybody, but all right. So here, this is. We'll do it on the show. So, what you guys can come up after and see these if you'd like. So, Kangen water, Essentia. They look like they're both pretty good, right? So what's the difference? So one is fake alkaline and one is real alkaline. The way the earth makes its water alkaline is from electrons, but you can't store those. But these make electrons. So we now have the correct alkalinity in our homes. So this proves, so it's only alkaline, this one, from chemicals, and sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, which is fake alkaline. So check it out. Crazy. So this is a test to prove that this is fake alkaline, and Kangen is real. You can't budge electrons, man. Come on. So I love that test. So that was the pH test, right? And then next, research is all over the place. So you guys can just write this down. YouTube, or not YouTube, Google. No, not Google. What is it? Sorry, I got distracted. PubMed.org. You put electrolyzed reduced water in there, and there's thousands and thousands of articles. And another really good website is called Molecular Hydrogen Institute, and this talks all about molecular hydrogen. There's articles. It's ran by biochemists, so it's what got me going before I bought my machine. I was all over that website. MolecularHydrogenInstitute.org. So this next one is called, so this is why this water is hydrating us 60% better than other waters.
crushing it.
The reason why I like to do these and not be 100% so good at it is so everyone knows that they can do it too. Even on your worst demo, oh, I did so bad. The person watching it doesn't think you did bad. They don't know anything about this, so it's on us to teach people, and this is such a great way to do it. And let everybody know they can do it too, you know? Because we have something with this. Doing presentations and things is helping people. Thank you, bro.
Got you.
Oh, we got it. It's up here. Whatever. This is the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. It's still the best, and they say that microclustering isn't a real thing. Like what I'm about to do with this tea. Is there tea here? Yeah. So, but when you drink it, you can't help it. Like you can literally drink a gallon of this water and go run around the block or go swimming, and you don't get that full slosh bloating feeling in your stomach, right? Like when you guys drink water, it's like a lot. You get that sloshy feeling, right? You don't get that with candy. You can drink all of this, pound it, and you're good. You're good to just run around and do whatever. So I'm going to show you why. So it's the water molecule clusters. Imagine throwing racquetballs through a chain link fence. They're not all going to go through. Now imagine throwing BBs or marbles through a chain link fence. They're going through easier. That's what it is. Our cells and our bodies have an entrance. What is it called? Over there. Okay. The T, right? How come this thing's not on? Whoa. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So T. Oh, I forgot to do this. I wanted to show you guys this. So let's see. We do smart water because it thinks it's pretty smart. So it was acidic, right? Remember we did it? It was like yellow or orange.
Yeah.
So let's do that again real quick. I just want to show you guys this. So we said that Essentia, it was sodium bicarbonate is what alkalines it, right? So this is sodium bicarbonate baking soda. So check this out. All right. So you want some alkaline water? Isn't that crazy? Like that's what they're doing to us. They're scamming all of us, but we know about it. Most people don't. Most people are like, oh, alkaline water, yeah, it's healthy. Put chemicals in it. You're being scammed. You know? We know about it, but they don't. So you guys are awesome for knowing about that. And we have the option to change it. But they don't, because they don't know. All right, the T test. I'm going to put this. So, oh yeah, why is it? Oh yeah, so that's right. What do you got to do to make tea?
Boil.
You got to boil the water, right? Because it makes the water molecule clusters smaller, so it can penetrate the tea bag. So there's no tea there. So let's put the Kangen water in there and see what happens. That is so crazy. It's like a so if the website Molecular Hydrogen Institute says that microclustering isn't a thing because the biochemists can't prove it or whatever, how did that? What did that just do right there? And so, you know, so again, one more time, just to be sure, let's just try it with whatever else. Let's try some Dasani. All right, it's not making anything. Because some people say, oh, the tea bag was wet, it's going to make it, of course. All right, so, and so, when you take these with regular water, what should I use? Some Essentia or Fiji? Let's do Fiji. Let's do some Fiji, some spring water. Same thing as Evian, backwards is naive. So when you take your supplements and your vitamins and your minerals, pre-workouts, whatever, what have you, with regular water, the water they give us, it's in source, you're diluting it. you're not getting what you think you're getting. But when you take it with a Kangen water, it enhances what you're taking. Look at that.
Wow.
This is your blood, your energy, your cells. This is your life, you know? You're so much better. And so, you know, when you take this water with when you go work out, you're like, wait, what is this? Like, I feel that, and you can lift more, you last longer, quicker recovery, less pain and cramps. It's undeniable when you have this water in your body. So that is cool right there. That's one of the best things. I think that's, I gotta do the tomato test. Why does it do that?
You have to dance.
Sorry, I did, right? So here goes the tomato test. So, you know, there's organic and then there's non-organic. I went to Italy, man. It was so cool. I went there like a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago by now. It was the best thing. Thank you so much. Because all the food there, you guys, you get in your breakfast, and the fruit, there's no organic and non-organic there. It is all beautiful, shining, glowing, like we all are. You guys are all glowing, by the way. I see all you guys out here. You got like this water aura. Like everybody who's drinking the water, I can like see all you guys. Like you're shining, your hair, skin, and nails. You look good out here. Come on. Let's give a round of applause for looking good in this water. Rusty drank this water for his last, like, yeah, I'll put it right there. Cool, thank you. And Rusty's shining too. Cool, thank you. All right, so 11.5, right? Oh yeah, the oil. Got you guys. I'm just acting like I don't know what I'm doing. You got it. So we're gonna put oil, and this is dark sesame oil. It's dark just so you guys can see it. Put a little bit in here, and a little bit in here. Pretty much the same amount, right? Alright, cool. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, this is strong alkaline. Okay, where am I at? So this, first of all, they spray our food. Okay, look at this. Do you think that's safe to eat? But what they do, because it rains outside, right? So when they do this, the next day it rains, all of that stuff is still on the produce because it's oil based. They make it with oil so it will stick on there. We come home after we buy them, and we're like, oh, organic, and we're putting it under the tap water. Meanwhile, we're putting fluoride in it, chlorine, heavy metals, unknowingly, thinking we're washing it. But since the pesticides are oil-based, the tap water is not getting them off. It's still on there. So this is representing that right here. So this is the strong, so alkaline, very strong alkaline, pH 11.5 water. It's not to be drank, but it's to clean with. It is an oil emulsifier. So I'm going to put that 11.5 in here. And then we're going to put, what do you want to wash this with?
Dasani.
Dasani?
It's right in front.
All right, let's do Dasani. So as we're going to sit for a second, and one of them is going to take the chemicals off, the pesticides, and one of them is not. So I'll show you guys this now, right? So Dasani, same thing, right? So oil and water don't mix, right? Everyone knows that. We learned that in school. It's not mixing, right? But when you use strong alkaline water from a Kangen machine, look at this, you guys. Look at this.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Is that a chata?
They emulsifies the oil. Right? Some milk, right? Like, so it just disintegrated the oil. That's why, you know, you can just Google Kangen water weight loss. People are losing weight with this. Like, we are detoxifying stronger than we ever have in our whole lives. We're peeing and wasting out acidic waste that's been stuck in our bodies for decades. So we feel so awake, alert, and on point when we drink it. Raise your hand if you drink at least a gallon a day. You try to, right? A gallon. Like I was like, no, really? Like a gallon? Like when I was brand new, but now I know. At least a gallon. So let these things do their thing for a second. Oh, I don't even want to touch them. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this guy. This brand called Huff. You guys see a lot of kids wearing it. It's like a skateboard brand. But my guy, his name is Keith Huffenagel. He's very, very famous. He owns this. He's an ex-pro skateboarder. He made this brand. This is his name, Huff. His name is Keith Huffenagel. We all help people with this water, right? We're health challenged, a lot of us. Cancer, diabetes, acid reflux, things more serious like brain tumors, which my friend had. And I was driving to LA, like gallons and gallons and gallons for him. And then eventually he's like, it's good, it's okay. The doctors say it's okay. But it wasn't okay. He passed. But unfortunately we all know someone with a health challenge. If we don't know them, then we know someone who knows someone. And with this, we can help them, you guys. Google Kangen water cancer testimonies. I've helped people find this water to put their bodies in the correct state to kick that. And now they don't have cancer anymore. People with brain tumors, cancer, found me on social media, got their machine, drank the water. It's not overnight, but they're not sick anymore. So I wear this hat with pride because this is my guy, and it's just, it's life, it happens. But we're aware of it and we can help people. So that's what it's all about. So back to these tomatoes. Whew. All right, so this is when you wash it with tap water or whatever, Dasani, nothing's coming off. Chemicals are still on here. You're still going to die eventually if you eat it like this. And here, it's just, I can't even believe my fingers touching it.
Like greasy tea?
You know what I mean? So send that out to the lab. You're going to have atrazine. It's probably like talks about it, right? Atrazine, glyphosate. Oh, these are all the staph infection, E. coli, salmonella, MRSA, all these things that the pH 2.5 water kills. You guys all smelled it, right? That stuff kills. You don't have to buy bleach. 409, fantastic. No chemical cleaners for the rest of your life. That's another money saver. So add up the money you save. So here's just talking about the pesticides, atrazine. You can Google these things. Atrazine and glyphosate. Just Google that. See how bad they are. And you don't want to be giving those to your family anymore, right?
Nope.
So this is a testimony from, I believe this is eczema psoriasis, an extreme case. They find the water, they don't have it anymore. Like, come on, right? And you guys can Google all this stuff. Different books you can get. Take a picture of that. You can get these books on Amazon. Yeah. Take a picture.
Alkalize or die.
My favorite book is called The Miraculous Properties of Ionized Water by Bob McCauley. It's like the water Bible. It tells you everything about all waters. So this is just a breakdown. It looks
Check
really
this
good,
out,
actually.
y'all.
So
It's gonna
different
be showing
waters
y'all.
over a 15-year period. You buy that 12-pack of Fiji. Come on, man. I already told you how much money I saved in just 7 years. $35,000. And that's that. So yeah, it's a one-time purchase, $5,000, and it's a write-off because with purchase you're a business owner. That means come tax season 2024, your whole machine is 100% tax deductible. You get the money back. You get a free machine in a business for life where you can help the world. Pretty cool. So when I was $25,000 in debt 7.5 years ago, I just charged mine to a credit card in full, and that's how I got the lowest monthly minimum of only $55 a month. And as I paid it off, I built my credit score up and got out of debt. I'm no longer in debt. So yeah, there it is. True physical health, financial health, and spiritual mental health. This does it all, you guys. Water is what we're made of. 75% of us is water. So now, guess who sold this guy 6 machines? So back when the algorithm was cool on Instagram, like it was like 2 Instagram accounts ago before I got deleted, I don't have an Instagram account, but right now, like I just have my personal Jason one. So they got me again at 101,000 followers. This is the third one they got. So you guys just know that they don't want the world to know about this. So yeah, some of our team has sold to these people. Kevin Hart, I think, here we go. Just real quick, and then we're gonna go over the money part of the business.
I was drinking water the other day too. I had a Pimble whatever.
You didn't drink yet. You need to get some stuff. I drink Kangen water. Is it Kangen? Kangen, whatever it is. I don't know, man, but it's got my skin shining, bro. So whatever they said, I believe it. Okay. I done looked at a lot of people's faces over this last couple months, man. People out here looking dead. Okay? People out here looking like day walkers, man. You gotta moisturize, fellas. All right, listen. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how many people you done killed, bro. At the end of the day, man, you out here walking with the dead face. All right, y'all? Get a moisturizer, homie.
Happy 40th birthday, hashtag Tommy Brady. Enjoy that avocado ice cream and a cake iced with organic hummus.
Jay-Z taught us 30
Tom Brady.
20, and Tom Brady is showing us 40 is the new 30. 40 is normally considered a line of demarcation for regression, especially among professional athletes. I can hear our boy Max now. The cliff is coming.
Hanging machine.
In the next 18 months, he will be at best middle.
So, I mean, everyone on top does it, even if you don't know about it, but someone in your village knows about it and you guys all come together, when you know, and you make it happen, because health is wealth. Relax, little guy. So, bottled water is the next big thing. Water's the thing that people drink the most of. It's not a bad business to be in, right? The best of the thing that people do most, like, makes sense. So, I think this is the next mega trend here. And then, so yeah, now I'd like to introduce Colton Achabe, my mentor, someone who I met 7.5 years ago, who taught me everything about this water and business. So couldn't be a better guy to teach you guys about the business part.
You do a good job. Can we give him a round of applause?
Thank you.
Awesome.
You should see my next one. My next one's going to be even better.
So this is when I met Jason. Yeah. Can we turn off this light right here? Cindy, can you help me turn off this light? It's one of those. There we go. Yeah. So I got a phone call in like 2016. Actually, no, it was a DM on Instagram, and it was Jason, and he's like, hey, let's take the Florida out of the water. He got really excited about getting his machine. I said, hey, you got to come to one of these events, and that's when I first met Jason. So pretty cool to see, who he is now. And my story. So I heard about this through a phone call. This is my mom. She got an autoimmune disease when I was like 10 years old. We didn't really know what to do. We were going to a whole bunch of different doctors, but I don't know about you. After the best doctor, nothing's kind of working out. We figured out we should go to a naturopathic doctor. Does anyone know what a naturopathic doctor is? Raise your hand. Anybody ever go see one? Say aye. Yeah, not many people because they're super expensive. They don't take insurance. But my mom was like, you know what? I need to do whatever I can to figure out how to get, basically feel better. So she went to Dr. Moiker or not. This doctor is based out in Florida, and this is one of the books that she wrote. And the doctor basically said, you're dehydrated, and you need to detox your body. So you need to buy a Kangen machine. So as a patient of the doctor, what would you do? Listen to the doctor, right? So my mom bought this machine. What was that? Oh, it works. Oh, thanks, bro. Cool, awesome. Yes, my mom got the machine, and she's basically saying like, miracles are happening, and I was like, I just didn't really believe it was. I thought it was a placebo. Anybody ever think it was a placebo? Say aye.
Aye.
Right? Only a few of you. Okay, so I was just skeptical. I was super skeptical. Like, there's no way water could do this. I'm going to college at the time on the USA beach volleyball team, and my mom's kind of telling me about water, and I thought this would be a good idea just because of, of athletics. But the one thing about most athletes are they're pretty much broke, and we have brittle bodies after a while. So I broke my ankle in 2010. I had to become a personal trainer to pay the bills, right? I was living out of a garage. This is actually the garage I used to live out of off Cherry Street in Long Beach. Stealing food, selling drugs, and yeah, I remember this was me too, right? 2013. You guys might know someone like this. You realize you work a lot when you come home from work when it's dark out, and then you go back to work before the sun comes up. Anybody know someone like that? Well, that was my life. I remember like that. And it was like this ongoing thing. I'm like, I'm just gonna like what is this, right? So I just didn't have enough time, right? So my mom told me about this water, and this is kind of who I was. I didn't have enough time. I remember every day I would wake up, and this is my face. I was just like, man, this is not where I want to be. And Equinox, if you guys have heard of them, they convinced me to be a trainer. You're gonna make all this money, and then like they take your taxes out, and this is how much money I was making after taxes a month. Okay, just curious. Living in Irvine, with the rent, just curious, how much money do you think I have left over to pay off my $30,000 of school loans? Right, there we go. So yeah, so this is my face every paycheck, right? It was pretty. This actually kind of looks like my son, Preston. That is really funny. Okay. So during this time, my mom was talking about this water. I'm in this position where I'm just like, man, I went to college, I got a good degree, I got a job, and I'm like, oh, this is so difficult. So, but my mom, she says, hey, I spent $5,000 this week. I'm like, what? My mom doesn't usually make $5,000 in a week. And I'm like, well, what happened to this water thing? She's like, well, let me tell you about it. So she wanted to tell me how she made $5,000 in a week. So the story goes, it was on 4th of July. What do most people do on 4th of July? Yeah, so my mom and her friends were hanging out, partying, right? They're drinking some pina coladas, some margaritas, some tequila. But my mom was saying, hey, in between every one of your alcoholic beverages, drink some of this. It's this anti-hangover machine. So the next day, how do most people feel on the 5th of July?
Hungover.
Right? That's most people the next day, right? But this is my mom and all of her friends. They're like, this water did work. Like, we didn't get hangovers. So they all call my mom, and they get a machine using her ID number. Because if you go online, you can't buy one. It actually says, like, you have to use someone's affiliate link, right? So basically, my mom made $5,000 in a week. And in my head, I'm like, I thought this question. I was like, this is supposed to be me. If I give this water to people who get hangovers, maybe I can make some money too. I was like, I know people who get hangovers, right? I was like in my early 20s when I got started with this. So I grew a beard, and the next thing I did was I filled up a whole bunch of water, and I called up my friends, and I was like, hey, like you should try out this anti-hangover water. It's really got to help you. And my friends were like, okay, like whatever, bro. So I was bringing it, they're all living on the peninsula and Manhattan Beach, and just, they're ragers, right? Back in the early 20s, everyone is, I feel like. So, but the interesting thing was, you saw one of the people that got the water, I'm not going to go over a whole bunch of testimonials because we already talked about them, but basically, I found out this water helped with more than just hangovers. People were telling me that this water was healing their bodies. And just curious, when somebody has a drastic thing happen to them with healing their body, what do you think that they do next? They tell people, and then what else do? They buy a machine. So I literally gave someone water, I leave, they tell me the water's helping them, and then they say, can I buy a machine? And what do I say? Okay. Right? So that's how I got started. I'm working a full-time job, I'm giving away water. Never did sales before, unless you count like selling, weed in high school. And then literally, people were buying this machine for me. And it was the coolest thing ever. I remember, these are some of my customers back in the day. Eczema, psoriasis, you guys have seen. And this is what happened to me. Look, I got this check way back in the day, right? I remember this, right? And it was so cool, right? Because I remember working all day long at my job. And just curious, I don't know about you, but I was making maybe $250 to $350 a day. And I remember one day coming home in the mail, and I made $570. And I'm like, this was life-changing to work all day long, and I came home to a check from this company for $570. I'm like, man, this has got to change my life. And I remember what ended up happening was the next month, I'm like, I gotta keep doing that. I gotta keep bringing people to this event. I gotta share some more videos. I gotta give some more water away. And I was making the same income at my job, and the next month, I got 2 checks for $570. Next month, I got 0. But then the next month, I got 5 of these ones. I got a phone call from a guy, his name was Brian. He goes, hey, are you the water guy? And I was like, I guess I am the water guy. I was like, yeah, what's up? How can I help you? And he's like, I want to get a machine, but I don't want to sell any of these things. I'm like, oh, you don't have to sell any, that's fine. And then he was local to here, so he came over to me. He's like, okay, cool. He bought one. The next month goes by, I get 5 of these checks for $800 to $1,000 each. 5, and they all say, "Oh, this is actually one of the checks." No way. No, oh no, it wasn't. Okay, but this is his daughter, Amanda. So I didn't realize that was part of the story. So basically, I got 5 of these checks from Ryan Roberts and Amanda Roberts, who was his daughter, and I was like, wait. I haven't talked to this guy in a month. He said, "You don't want to sell." I called him. I was like, "Brian, did you sell some machines?" He goes, "I did." I was like, "Why did you sell?" I thought you didn't want to sell. He's like, "I know, but I was drinking the water. When I was younger, I got, in a bad motorcycle accident, and like half of my body, I didn't really have a lot of feeling, and I changed nothing, but a lot of the feeling came back on the right side of my body." So I told my mom, she got one. I told my daughter, she got one and sold a couple. And I was like, wow, I made $5,000 on the side, still working my full-time job. How cool is that? Isn't that exciting?
Amazing.
That's what I want to teach you guys tonight. How to make an extra $5,000 still working your full-time job. You guys want to do that? Say aye.
Yes, sir. Aye.
All right, cool. So that's what I got fired up. I'm like, you know what? I'm off work. Come to my apartment. And these are all my friends. I'm like, I gotta look. I'm doing these little demo things. I had never done one before. I'm like, I want to figure it out. I want to show people. I want to show people my little checks that I was getting. And I was like, let's do this thing, right? And some of my friends were like, I'm okay. But some of my other friends joined me. These are all the people who joined me in a couple months, right? And they're like, we want to build the business. This is Brian. Here's my mom right here, right? She was all happy because she signed me up. So all these people, just getting paid off. Here's my uncle. He's like, I don't even know what's going on. But Cole needs to be broke, and I was making a lot of money. You know what I mean? He's like, he's going to give me a Christmas present now. Right? So, and then we outgrew my little apartment, right? So we started, look at that. What was that? Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Yeah. So we started, hosting these events, and it just kind of kept growing. The more checks kind of kept coming in. And obviously, fast forward, this is 2000, this is all the same day, right? Look at this, 43K, 23K, 15K. Me and my wife, best month, $172,000 in 1 month.
Wow.
Pretty cool. We bought a house a couple years ago, $1.7 million house in Mission Viejo, and then we just put some renters in there. We just bought a second house a couple months ago. That was $3.5 million in Newport Beach, all thanks to this company. And this is me and my wife. We've been able to travel because of this, and I never thought this was going to be possible. I was living in a garage. I was stealing food at a grocery store. I got caught stealing food at a grocery store a couple years ago, right? A few years ago. Proposed to my wife, got her a fat engagement ring that she was pumped on, helicopter ride for proposal, car of my dreams, have big events, right? And these are some things you can think about, like, man, we sponsor some kids in Africa. We got to meet some of those kids. We did a mission trip in Africa. We got to meet the kids we sponsored. I was like, this was so cool. My girl, we didn't get to meet my girl, but we got to meet a couple of the ones that my wife sponsored. And now we have No Stress Family Life, which I think is my favorite part of this. Because what's the number one reason for divorce? You guys know what it is? Money. Right? I'm like, now I understand why people get divorced because I have 2 babies now. And I'm like, bro, life is so hard. But what's not hard is the money aspect because we have childcare, we have all this stuff. But man, babies are rough, dude. I was really just doing a bath time right before this, and I had to head over here. Yeah, there's been multiple times #1 team in the company, right? And now we've done over $110 million in sales later. Here's a lot of people on our team, and we did a team event. And we've helped, these are some people, we need to update this picture, but here are some people that we helped make an extra $50,000 a year on top of their full-time job, right? Here's some people that we helped make an extra $100,000 a year. Here are some people that we helped make an extra $250,000 to, I need to add this, $1 million a year. Who's this guy? Can you believe he's making $250,000 a year doing this thing? Can you believe that? Insane, right? Yeah, we have a lot of, so I want to show you guys how the business works, right? I thought this was an MLM. I thought it was a pyramid, last business you get into, you don't want to do one of these things. And I found out it's the complete opposite. It's actually direct sales. It's identical to a real estate broker who has real estate agents. It's the exact same thing as if you own a car dealership and there's a car manager and you have guys who sell the cars underneath you, right? It's direct sales. It's how the whole world works with solar as well. It's a patented compensation plan, and there's a whole bunch of cool things. You don't have to qualify every month. You don't have to buy a ton of machines. You don't have to sign up. All these little hidden things, and you could sponsor internationally. And in between every single machine that gets sold, there's 8 points. So about half the machine gets paid out in marketing money. So if you see this right here, every time one of these gets sold, it depends on what rank you are, right? So the A stands for agent. So you start as a 1A agent, right, or 1 point agent, and you can roll your way up here. And then the higher you get, the more pieces of the compensation plan you get to receive. And I was like, that's why these things cost so much money, because the people are getting paid so much. But I didn't realize that, you guys know how much does this thing cost nowadays?
$3.
$3. And how much does it cost to make?
Like 50 cents.
No, there's no way this costs 50 cents. This probably costs like under a nickel, for sure, right? Yeah. It has to. There's no way, right? So, and then the same thing. Anyone know how much an iPhone costs to make?
Like $1,400.
Yeah, maybe $40 in parts. But when we buy it for what? $80, right? $200, right? There's a markup. Why is there a markup for all the things that cost very little? It's because all these people have to get paid out for there to be profit enough for the business to work. The reason that this business works is not because we don't pay any of these people. The people that I just showed you are getting all of the money, because it basically goes from the customer to a distributor, like somebody in the room, to an adjunct. So we cut out all these people, and instead of 4 people getting paid, you get paid. So the way it works right here is the compensation plan. I'll show you guys how I grew my business in the very beginning. So my first sale, it was literally my Aunt Debbie, right? I gave her some water. She checked out the information, and she told me that the water helped her foot pain. So she literally called me up, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, hey, talk to my mom. My mom, there's a sister, got the machine sold. I was like, cool. I got a check. How cool is that? My aunt feels better. I get paid. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Next sale, right here, right? $340. But the difference is now is if anybody, you get this when you make a sale. But if this person, let's say, Aunt Debbie refers people, then she gets $340. You also get paid $340. Does that make sense? So let's say I sign up Monica. What's up, Monica? Yeah. Pound it. She's awesome. What's your best month in an adjunct?
Best month in energy, about $30,000.
$30,000, right? Is that impressive?
Very.
Let's go. So let's say I meet Monica, right? And then I sign her up. So that's my first point, right? Then it goes. What's your name?
Ralph.
Ralph. So it goes second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then you sign up. So all you guys bought from each other. And then Jason, you bought from, what's your name? Zach. So Jason, let's say you sell 3 machines. All of you guys just got paid 3 times $340. Is that cool or what? Cool. And that's where the leverage income happens, right? So this is a sales job, and you can do that. Some people just love making sales themselves. Or what some other people like too is they like to work with people down here, like, hey, how can I help you? Let's go show some people. Let me show you how to post on social media. Let's talk to some people, right? And then you can start building and getting business and paid down here. After 1, 2, on your third sale, you make $680. So this is cool making this when you first refer somebody, but it's cooler if this person starts referring people. And it's crazy that that's just what ends up happening. I didn't even know how to lead a team. I didn't know how to coach people or train people. But I'm telling you, I learned how to give away water. I learned how to post things that other people were posting on social media. And I remember I got to this rank. And that's where that Brian guy came on board. And Brian ended up selling 5 machines his first month. And that's how I made $5,000 while still working a full-time job. And as you guys see, there's some blank space here, so it keeps going. The fun keeps going. So just curious, if you're a 1A, 2A, or 3A, can you stand up real quick? Can you give them a big round of applause? So now after 20 group sales, right, then you become a 4A agent. You make 1,360 every single time somebody makes a sale or somebody buys a machine. And I remember when I was a 4A, there was a guy I gave water to. His name was Matthew. And Matthew had like the nastiest breath. So I remember I gave him the water and I was like, you should gargle some of this 2.5 water. So I was like, there's this button on the machine. And I don't think you're supposed to gargle with it because it's like really acid like for a long time. I was like, just try it, a couple times won't kill you. And then he goes home like 3 days later and his mom says, what did you do to your teeth? Because his teeth were like yellow and his breath didn't smell anymore. So his mom's like, buy that machine. So that was my first 4A sale. He's like, dude, my mom told me about it because my breath doesn't stink. I was like, cool, bro. So I remember Matthew bought one in my 4A, and I'm still working a job. And it takes me almost 2 weeks to make that. And I got on a phone call, and this guy buys it. I was like, this is the coolest business in the world.
Wow.
Right? Anybody have 4A? Stand up real quick. Nice. Give a round of applause. Congrats. So after 50 group sales, you become a 5-point agent. And it's not like you make 50. This is like Bob sells 5, Steve sells 2. It's like all combined end up giving you 50. On your 5A, oh, I remember my first 5A with my buddy Dylan. Because I showed some people, they're like interesting when you show this to. So my buddy Dylan, I brought him this. He's like, yeah, I don't think you'll do well in this business, but if you hit 5A, I'll sign up with you. And I was like, dude, Dylan, you're so annoying. So I was like, I just gotta hit 5A just to like prove this guy wrong, right? So I remember I did it, and I was like right here, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to hit 5A. He's like, no, really? I'm like, yeah, and I showed him my checks. I remember this. So I remember I had all these checks coming in, and for like a week, I didn't go to my mailbox, and I just like, I kept them there. And then he came over to my house, and I was like, yeah, dude, you don't think a business works? Let's go to my mailbox. We go in, and there's like 6 checks. And he goes, what? And I'm like opening them. I knew there were 6, but he just thought it was funny. All right, so Dylan signs up, and it's crazy because underneath Dylan's account, there's about 400 sales a month that happen under this account now. Under one. So I think under that one account, there's been almost like maybe 13,000 sales under one person. Pretty cool, huh? Right? After 100 total group sales, 2,040, 6-point agent. Oh, there's any 5As? Can you stand up real quick? Any 5As? Where's David at? Oh, maybe David's going to the rest. Remember, I saw David. He's about to hit 5A. After 100 group sales, no, he is a 5A, he's about to hit 6A. After 100 group sales, you become a 6A, which is super cool because obviously you get the biggest piece of the pie. And this is where it's like, it's really fun because you come up here and it's just like, it's amazing. This is like the best thing in the world. Right, if you're a 6A, can you come up on stage real quick so we can have you share briefly? Cool. Yeah, we'll just do like name, background, and biggest month. Yeah, cool. Name, background, and biggest month.
Awesome. Name is Ricky. Background, I was a grocery store clerk for 6 years. I was a graphic designer for about a year. And biggest month has been a little over $20,000.
Nice.
Let's go.
My name is Jessica. Also a grocery store clerk. I went to college, full shebang. I downgraded my job and so that I could work less time as a part-time receptionist at a salon so that I can work on this business even more. And I'm so glad that I did that because my biggest month here has been $20,000 and I've never looked back. I don't work at my jobs anymore. But jobs are a very good stepping stone while you're building this business for sure.
So,
Name,
my name is
background,
Jason
biggest-
Wessler. Hello, Jason Wessler. Ex-pro skateboarder from San Francisco. Worked at different restaurants. Did Lyft, Uber, construction. Hated all that. My best month is 44,000.
Wow. Jason. My name is Mariano Padilla. Background was road college athlete, and my biggest income month is $16,540.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Brianna Crafton. I was a college dropout, having to work 5 jobs at a time to afford rent in Southern California. I mean, it's expensive here, right? My biggest month in this business was $16,579.
How you guys doing? My name is Dr. Lucas. I'm a chiropractor. My biggest month in this company is right over $50,000.
What's up, guys? Justin Proskary. I'm a Broad College grad, or I was. That's my background. And best month, $19,500.
Hey guys, my name is Clanthis. I've been in the restaurant industry for over 20 years and most as a bartender. Biggest month actually was last month. I made over $21,000.
I am Gio. I was a busboy and a soccer coach with, like, similar to Jason. I had $30,000 in that when I started this. I built the #1 team in Italy in the company. We're actually making 500 sales a month right now. My biggest month was $74,000.
My name's John Johnson. I worked in restaurants for 23 years. In the last 6 years, I was a drone pilot for the power companies, just inspecting power poles in high-risk wildfire areas. And I was slow and steady. My biggest month was about 7,000. But to get to 100 sales, I only sold 8. And this guy sold 7 of them. I just went, oh, talk to Gio. I don't know. So from my very first sale, this girl, Vanessa, I made probably close to 100,000.
Wow.
Over the course of about 4 years from my very first sale.
Nice.
For being on my team. So it's pretty amazing.
Can you give a round of applause, guys?
Hey, good call.
All you want.
It's the water, dude. All right, yeah, and the cool thing is that there's a lot of longevity to this company. I was talking to someone today. They're like, "Hey, like, is this company like something's gonna last a long time?" I'm like, you don't even know, right? So there's bonuses, there's ranks you could hit, and the timing's literally perfect because this is a trend product. And it's funny because, like, I think anybody could have told me anything when I was 22, and if they made a lot of money.